Hello, writers. Come write with me. My name is Michaela Greenwood. I create worlds for mind adventures. Welcome to my channel, Write with Michaela. I'm very glad and excited to have you here on my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you can go on this journey with me. Today, we are going to discuss a few terms or ideas. Our first term is antithesis. Antithesis means a person or thing that is the direct opposite of someone or something else. Antithesis mainly is mainly used to portray the stark difference between the two opposing ideas, or a contrast between two things, or an opposition between two things. It is the juxtaposition of contrasting ideas or words in a sentence or a phrase, often using parallel structures to emphasize the opposite. To give us a famous antithesis in history is when Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty or give me death." So those two things are in the sentence, they're juxtaposed. They're side by side, but they're opposite. Having liberty and having death are two different things. So the statement highlights the stark choice between freedom and mortality. Now, antithesis and paradox are both literary devices that involve contrasting ideas, but they differ in how those ideas are presented and resolved. With antithesis, it is a straightforward contrast or juxtaposition. But paradox is a statement that appears self-contradictory or absurd, but may contain a deeper truth or insight. Now, before we define paradox and dive into it, how can we use antithesis in our stories? If we look at Patrick Henry's statements, then we can see he was trying to galvanize the citizens to help in the fight. And we looked at galvanize in season 3.3, episode 7. If you write about war or battle, sometimes your heroes may use an antithesis to remind the people of why they fight. For this, let's give some more examples. Instead of synonyms, we'll give an example. Excuse me. Okay. One small step for a man, for a man. One giant leap for mankind. Maybe the A is not supposed to be in there. That may be a typo. One small leap for man, one giant leap for mankind. Another example. To err is human. To forgive, divine. Give every man your ear, but few your voice. Or, we must learn to live together as brothers, or perish together as fools. Take any of these and adjust it for your situation and your setting. Don't forget your setting. And it can be used near your climax. You can use it anytime. It doesn't have to be your climax, but the climax is where you really need to galvanize your people. But when they supposedly landed on the moon, it was a celebration, and that would have been after the climax. So it doesn't have to be the climax. So leave a comment on an antithesis that you've heard or read, or leave a comment on how you would change an antithesis to put in your story. Now, paradox. We said it is a statement that appears self-contradictory or absurd, senseless, logically unacceptable, or a scenario that challenges conventional thinking. This paradox or proposition, once investigated or explained, may prove to be well-founded or true. So let's give some examples. Again, these kinds of things you need examples and not synonyms. Okay, so youth is wasted on the young. Think about that for a minute. Young people are so eager to make things right, and they have energy and they have enthusiasm and stuff. And then as you age, you don't have that enthusiasm anymore, but you have knowledge and wisdom and stuff like that. So if you could have the knowledge and the wisdom with the youth enthusiasm, you'd have them both together and be really, really good. So youth is wasted on the young. Another example, less is more. Here's one. The only constant is change. Or, you have to spend money to make money. Let's take them a little bit apart. I've already taken the first one apart a little bit. I'll start with the last one now. If you spend money, don't you have less money? But if you wanted to own rental property, you must buy an extra house. If you want your money to work for you by having stocks or mutual funds, you have to first buy them. So it's not spending money on random things. It's also why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, because the rich invest and the poor just try to make ends meet. But sometimes they're like, oh, I'm struggling so much, I just need an extra piece of jewelry. I need an extra hamburger. I need an extra ticket to the Astros game. I need an extra this. I need an extra that. Just to kind of calm me down from where I am. Instead of saving that money away to go buy the stock or the house or the whatever. So that's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, because of the way they spend their money. The paradox of the only constant is change is because nothing ever stays the same. You may have your own routines. We talked about regimen in one of our episodes. You have your routines, and life seems the same day to day, but then things happen. You could learn and grow and deliberately change your routines. Like, I'm always reading these health things, like Keto Continuum. I read that book, and the Diabetes Code, and so I've changed some of my routines and stuff. You could deliberately change your routines. Or a disaster could happen, like a pipe burst or a hurricane or something else. In these cases, maybe your routine is thrown off for a few days or a week, but other times things are just not the same. Things change. Like when Beryl came through here, we didn't have electricity for like almost 2 weeks. I don't remember how many days. I think it was almost 2 weeks. Maybe it was just a week. Anyway, so our routines were very different when we didn't have electricity. It was just so hot, and we just lay down and didn't want to do anything. Didn't have energy to do anything. But once we got our electricity back, we went back to the normal. Other people, however, that lost part of their property, or they might have to change. Maybe they lost their car. Some people probably, lost their car. So they had to change their routine until they could get a new car. So sometimes things are off a little bit for a while. Then they go back to normal, but other times things just change. When I was a teacher, we faced this paradox every year. Not just with new students, but with new email programs, new grade book programs, new calculators, new technology, smartboard, etc. We had to learn new stuff every year, like the couple weeks before you go into school. So you have your summer and you're off. Then right before school's going back, you go in to get all this training to use this new technology or this new email, and the new email is because like we had contracts with a company to have this certain email for a year, and then after that year we didn't have that contract, so we had a different email system. So all that stuff changed. Sometimes our schedules changed. Sometimes we were off first period instead of seventh period. That was our time to do our lesson plans. So that changed. They usually tried to let the math teachers have seventh period because a lot of students didn't do well in math that late in the day. So that was one thing. You try to get them bright and early in the morning. And sometimes we had I think it was fifth period, which was as our conference period. That was the period after lunch. You didn't want the kids to come in after lunch either because they would be kind of tired. So we had different schedules. So leave a comment on a paradox you use in life or in your stories, and leave a comment on a paradox in a show, book, or movie. Is there one other one that I wanted to comment on? Let's see. The one I didn't comment on is less is more. And that's, sometimes, like, you want to argue with somebody, right? And, all of the history that you've lived through, but you can't just bombard somebody with everything you know. Sometimes you just say one thing and let them think on it. Let that idea percolate in their mind. And let them, but if you start going after it with like this and this and this and this and this and this, it hits them so much that they just block it and they shut down and they won't listen to you. So in that kind of case, the less is more, because if the idea is to change somebody's mind or to get them to think, and you don't want to bombard them. Okay, like I said above, both antithesis and paradox are literary devices that involve contrasting ideas. In our stories, we have contrasting sides, but these devices don't necessarily address that issue. So you could have these devices just for one side or just for the other side. Like I said above, the protagonist or hero might use an antithesis to galvanize the people to fight near the climax. But paradoxes can happen anytime, anywhere. Our next term, pristine, means in its original condition or unspoiled. It means clean and fresh, as if new, spotless. Some synonyms are immaculate, perfect, in mint condition, unspoiled, flawless, clean, fresh, new, virgin, pure, unused, unmarked, unblemished, untarnished, untouched, unsullied, or undefiled. And I know we've gone into prefixes before, and that UN at the beginning is a prefix, and it kind of means not. So instead of saying unused, you can say not used, unmarked, not marked, unblemished, not blemished. So that prefix means not. Now, some antonyms to our term of pristine are dirty and sullied. How do we use this in our stories? Well, what do we think of as pristine? First thought for me is a baby. But the second thought is a scene or a setting. Maybe when you set up your story with descriptions of your scene or your setting, then normal life could look pristine until the antagonist comes in. Or you could have things messed up with the antagonist in control, and then the prince rides in and brings the protagonist to a pristine, happily ever after. The second example is from Cinderella, of course. Cinderella lived in an attic, lived in rags, while the antagonist lived in her father's beautiful home with all the luxuries Cinderella should have had. She should have inherited. She should have had them. But the first example, where it's pristine to begin with, more like a little princess. The school was pristine for Sarah at first, until the supposed death of her father. Then Sarah became a servant and was moved to servant quarters. So as writers, we have to set up our scenes and our story. And we can start with pristine and go to ugly to have a great contrast. Or we can start with ugly and go to pristine to show the future of winning, or the fortune, the fortune of winning. You can use it any way you like. In Sleeping with the Enemy, Laura Burney's husband wants the house pristine and orderly, and he's quite cruel to her and abusive. So after she fakes her death and moves away, she's in her kitchen, she's setting things up, and then she deliberately pushes the cans in the pantry to show herself her freedom. She's free. And not to spoil the movie, but she comes home and the cans that she knocked over are perfectly arranged once again, alphabetically, with the label facing front. At this point, she knows her husband has found her. So the cans are just one aspect, one small detail. But as viewers, we knew the significance of the cans being put in order. It was something like she was putting them in order before she faked her death. And then you see her pushing them over. And you just think, oh yeah, she's free, and you feel it. But then when you see that scene where she opens the pantry and the cans are alphabetical, all the labels facing straight, and your heart just jumps. Because, the movie people know what they're doing. So, we knew the significance of that. In the series I'm reading now, The Magical Cures Mystery by Tanya Capps, the small town of Whispering Falls is in some ways quaint, some ways pristine, but then darkness comes, or gray clouds, or something to let you know that something is about to happen, or something isn't quite right. Side note, I am enjoying the series, but the editing is not pristine. And this is a Kindle edition, but the editing is just like, I'm reading, I'm like, oh my gosh. I've read through a lot of errors. And in the past, being honest, I would have gotten really upset with the book, or put the book down or whatever, and not continue to read. But I'm just reading past the errors and think. I had an example. One sentence read, was I was. And I was like, was I was? Was I was? Was I was? What? So it stops the reading. It stops the flow of the reading when you're going through there. You're like, okay. And then I think it probably should have been when I was, or something. But in my opinion, that lowers my reading experience. On the flip side, mistakes can easily remain in your books and manuscripts. I've had errors that I found after several readers read through, and they didn't find it. I've read through, like I have Miacho, the book one. I've read through that probably 20 plus times. And I've had probably 10 readers read through it. And we read it. And I read it. And they read it. And I edit it. And when I'm editing, I'm reading. And there's errors that they didn't find. And then I'm reading through it and like, I find an error. I'm like, how can that be in this book? We want our final draft to be as pristine as possible. No one's perfect. So, pristine doesn't necessarily mean perfect, but you kind of get the idea. You want your final draft to be as pristine as possible. Leave a comment on a scene in a show, book, or movie that is pristine. And tell whether it sets up the story, or it concludes the story, or if it is a piece of it, like in Sleeping with the Enemy. It was just a small piece. Our last term today is immutable. Immutable means unchanging over time, or unable to be changed, or will never change, or cannot be changed. Some synonyms are fixed, set, rigid, inflexible, unyielding, unbending, permanent, entrenched, established, irremovable, indelible, lasting, abiding, steadfast, inalterable, constant, hard and fast, and several more. In life, there are two immutable things. According to my father, right? Not necessarily according to me. And those things are death and taxes. It's like you always have to pay taxes and everybody's going to die. So those two things are immutable. In our stories, we have a protagonist that needs to change and grow into our hero. So how can we use immutable in our stories? We could have an overly powerful antagonist whose power seems immutable. Of course, I often talk about balancing the sides. How do you defeat an antagonist whose power is immutable? Does the antagonist have an Achilles heel or a weakness? Does the power seem immutable, but it's built on a house of cards? Idiom alert. Idiom alert. Did you somehow have a domino effect where one small victory encourages and emboldens the people to go for more? In this sense, the immutable characteristic is not truly permanent, and you would not eliminate that type of power easily. Now, in the series Vampire Apocalypse, I've talked about this series several times, and the author is Derek Gunn. The vampire's power seemed immutable, but they had an Achilles heel, and that was that they had to sleep during the day, and the sun burned them. They surrounded themselves with thralls, which are humans that are bitten but not fully turned into vampires. Those thralls protected the vampires while they slept. Still, it was an uphill battle for the people to rid themselves of the vampire's rule, and they did not succeed by the end of book 4 and the end of the series. In Stargate, the Ori definitely seemed to have immutable power. They were an irremovable threat. And to be honest, I don't remember what happened in the end. I mean, something must have happened since we aren't under Ori control, right? If you watch Stargate, then the Ori were much stronger than the Goa'uld. As writers, you have to decide if your protagonist can succeed or can escape, or they ultimately fail. And what does failure look like? Is it slavery? Is it death? What is it? Oh, in Stargate, I don't remember, Jack, was that his name? One of the main characters, they had the sarcophagus things so they could revive people. So they would kill him, they put him in the sarcophagus, make him alive, then they would torture him, try to get information. He wouldn't give it. They would kill him. They put him in the sarcophagus, bring him back to, is like, how do you beat that? So, and in Stargate, a lot of times there was a higher race of beings that negotiated for their peace, and those were the Asgard. So, what does failure look like? Is there a higher race of beings that negotiate for peace or safety or something for your side, like the Asgard did, and Stardate did for Earth? Leave a comment on a show, book, or movie where the antagonist side seemed to have immutable power. Okay, writers, we don't have a writing prompt today, so go write your chapters and make sure to meet your writing goal. Leave a comment on what your daily goal is or what your daily average goal is, how well you've kept it so far this year. I wrote this July 5th, 2025. Today is the 18th of July. And so far this year, my average is around 570 words per day. I'm meeting my goal with a little room to spare. If you're not meeting your goal, don't give up. Just renew your commitment. I mean, that's what we do in our diets all the time, right? We fall off the wagon and we like, okay, I'm going to start again on Monday, right? Well, do the same thing with your writing. Renew your commitment. Join me Friday for Princess in Norway and Steigergard. Join me Tuesday for your cave stories. Don't forget to visit my website, bymckella.com. Read some character bios. Send your writings and chapters to writewithmckella@gmail.com. If you hit the like and subscribe and the bell notification, then we will continue to write together, and other people will have a higher chance of finding this video and this channel, since your likes will push the video out to a greater audience. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your participation. If you know someone who would like this video, then please share it with them. This is McKella with Write with McKella. Bye for now.